Thank you for joining me on this video, which is about an ADHD text support solution. In the video, I'm going to talk through how this came about. I'm then going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to have a quick look over the code. And at the end, if you want to send in recommendations, improvements, feedback, you are very welcome to. So in a nutshell, I was having a conversation or following a thread on Twitter, which is now X. And it was around about assistive technologies to support people with ADHD to read text. Because a lot of them were commenting that text is quite difficult to read, especially on screen, because it just becomes a big homogeneous mass of letters. And one of the Twitters, or one of the X's as they're maybe known now, was talking about the idea of if you could highlight the beginning of each word in some way, that would help to distinguish between where a word started and obviously where a word ended. This kind of developed into a conversation of, well, if you could take the first 2 or 3 letters and make them bold, then this would help. And part of this concept is based on the fact that your mind can identify patterns in letters and therefore predict what the word is, even though the full word is not there. And as you can see the example on the screen here, do you find this simple to read? Because of the phenomenal power of the human mind. Most people do. So the issue here is not that the mind of an ADHD reader cannot understand the words. It's that the words all join together. So this ends up becoming, do you find this, as one homogeneous mass of text, which makes it very difficult to discern where the word starts and where the word ends. So I thought this is quite a good, interesting project to start. One, obviously, because it's helpful and it could be useful to people. And obviously, secondly, because I like programming and it gave me a problem to solve. So I created a JavaScript solution where you can take text from a website or from a document, copy and paste it and press enter or convert, and it does exactly what was said earlier. It highlights the first couple of letters of each word. So let's have a look at that in action. So here we have enter some text, press the convert button, and here we've got a text button. I'm going to go back to Wikipedia. I'm going to copy and paste all of this. So I'm copying that and I'm going to put it into the text uploader. Press convert. Now, as you can see, what it's done is it's taken the first few letters of each word and it's highlighted them. Now, when I wrote this, I decided not to go with 2 or 3 letters at the beginning as a static amount, because during the conversations they were talking about the fact that, well, about 45 to 50% of the word is easy to understand if it's in bold. It doesn't always work that way. I've just seen the word "and" there, 3 letters, and we've got 2 of the letters there. But most of these, the code is calculating 50% of the letters at the beginning and then converting them to bold so they stand out. I don't particularly like the stretch of that. That might make it a little bit easier to read, and obviously the font isn't particularly useful, but the concept's covered there and does exactly what it says on the tin. So here's a brief look at the program code. We set up a normal HTML document for a website. We then got the prompts to enter some text, and then we take the information from the form, split the text into an array of words. So we're using white space. So it takes the whole text, splits it into a list of single words. And then what we're doing is checking the word length. We're dividing the word length by 2. So we're getting half the length of the word. So if the word was 10 letters long, obviously divided by 2 would give you 5. If the word is 8 letters long, divided by 2, you get 4. And then what we can do is we can highlight, add this bold font style or formatting to those first 50% of the letters. So it doesn't matter how many, the length of the words, it doesn't matter how many letters it's got, it will always calculate roughly 50%. Obviously there are some issues where you've got something like a 3-letter word and there isn't a midpoint. Okay, let's have a look at some examples then. So let's take a simple word like and. Oh, if I can spell today. I'm going to convert that. There you go, first 2 letters. And let's do something like apple. Okay, obviously we haven't got a midpoint, so we can't do that. Draw works nice because it's 4-letter word. Drawing. Not so much. Okay, so basically it's available on GitHub if you want to try this out. If you think there are extra features to add to it, or maybe this here needs to be slightly lighter, maybe the bold needs to be a different font, maybe a different shade of bold, a different weighting of bold might be useful, let me know. As I said, yeah, try it out. It's on GitHub. It's on GitHub. All you need to do is download the file, double click it, and it will load in your browser. I do welcome all feedback, and then I can make some improvements to it. Thank you for your time. Hopefully that's helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.